Any Democrats you admire out there right now?
Democrats I respect. Bobby Kennedy I respect. Tulsi Gabbard.
Why are you laughing? Why are you smiling?
Because like they're on our team now because you guys kicked out like your best people. It's like the people that were into, this is a great point though, Governor, is that Bobby Kennedy was a heterodox opinion on a thing that a lot of people were concerned about. Get him out. He's an anti-vaxxer. Yeah. Tulsi Gabbard, who is an anti-war. Get her out. She's a Russian agent.
Watch Charlie Kirk destroy Gavin Newsom again and again and again. Guys, this is going to be a good clip. It's really quite wild to see two people of, basically across the political aisle, for lack of a better phrase, going hand to hand and actually debating ideas and having just a generally pleasant conversation. It is a little surprising to see. Now, I will say, I'm not trying to be too cynical here, but I do think Gavin Newsom is doing this for some kind of political ambition reason. I think he's trying to look like the cool centrist guy who's all relatable and stuff before he runs for president in probably 2028. Yeah, I could see it. All right, I'm just saying, maybe there'll be a Gavin Newsom JD Vance matchup. I don't know. We'll see. With all that being said, everybody, we're going to get right into the clip. But first, do me a big favor here. Like our video and share it around so we can keep bringing you all this great, hard-hitting content. As always, Patriots, I'm your host, Darian, and this is Resist the Mainstream.
How about the book ban stuff? On a serious note, 4,240 books or titles, libraries and schools were banned in 2023. Yeah. Is that not, as a conservative?
Well, it depends. I mean, I think we can both agree pornography should not be taught to 9-year-olds.
Fair point.
Okay,
fair.
So that's a book ban.
All right. Well, there were some other books.
Oh, no.
Bill O'Reilly's
that
book
was the
banned.
Moms for Liberty contention. Time out. Yeah. I agree on Bill O'Reilly. The Moms for Liberty movement that you made a big thing of was just no porn to 10-year-olds. Yeah. We agree. So those books should be banned.
Well, okay.
So what we should do right now is every California school that has porn in their library should be kicked out.
Does that include the Bible?
Ban. Well, I wouldn't say the Song of Solomon is porn.
No, but I mean, some have made that point. Is that a fair point or is it offensive?
I don't think that's fair
and as
at
a man
all.
of faith, and I deeply admire that about you.
Thank you.
Sincerely.
Yes, but no, I mean, again, the Song of Solomon is rather risque.
No, it's
but
very,
what we're talking about in these books is not just the words, it's also the images. And again, your audience can look at the images themselves.
Okay.
It's highly graphic. But again,
it seems a banning binge. I mean, at next level, sort of cancel culture.
But why do you think moms are doing that? Do you think it's because they want to have mind control, or do you think that they have come across incident of highly provocative material?
I love moms, but this moms, I mean, we don't have to get into Moms for Liberty. It seems
you brought up the book bans, though. I mean,
deeply organized for a larger agenda, but that's my humble opinion.
No, but let me just kind of complete the point. Is that it's easy to just call it kind of a book ban, but when you actually have to read some of these books, it will take your breath away of some of this stuff, right? You're like, okay, we're teaching a 10-year-old how to put a on.
I know. I just have a problem with, who the hell is going to decide that? Government? I mean, Ron DeSantis is going to decide what I can read or say in the boardroom, in the classroom?
This is the exercise of politics, though. Yeah. The exercise of politics is the highest form of community because it blends morality and sociability. So what we do is we have discussion and elections, and we have boards and commissions, right? And we as a people say, okay, no porn for 10-year-olds. Yeah. And that's politics, right?
You can tell he just doesn't want to agree with Charlie Kirk, even though he kind of has to. The way he goes, okay, I guess we shouldn't have porn for 10-year-olds. I'm Gavin Newsom. It's really quite hilarious. Also, what a stupid question by Gavin right there when he says, who gets to decide that, huh? I don't know, Gavin. Maybe the same people who've decided that we, the taxpayer, are forced to pay for a secular school by point of gun, all right, aka the government. Because, like it or not, you should know because you're literally a governor. The government controls a lot of things about our daily life and controls whether we'll allow things legally or not by use of the state, which is to say a monopoly on violence. So the answer of who the hell decides that? Well, the state, a state, one that, you run a state. You should know this stuff. Kind of dumb. But anyways, this is not the only stupid moment of Gavin Newsom in the podcast, all right? Check this out.
Any Democrats you admire out there right now?
Democrats I respect. Bobby Kennedy I respect. Tulsi Gabbard.
Why are you laughing? Why are you smiling?
Because they're on our team now because you guys kicked out your best people. It's like the people that were into, this is a great point though, Governor, is that Bobby Kennedy was a heterodox opinion on a thing that a lot of people were concerned about. Get him out. He's an anti-vaxxer. Yeah. Tulsi Gabbard, who is an anti-war. Get her out. She's a Russian agent. Yeah. Do you guys see how you have an unhealthy purification process where eventually you're left with just a 31% approval rating and a bunch of people that are talking to each other? And meanwhile, we're the ones that have Democrats in our cabinet winning the electoral majority vote because there needs to be said, if Democrats are serious about being a majority party ever again, look at that ideological diversity. We have people that, geez, they want to go to war with every country that says something bad against us. And then we have people that are far more dovish, like Rand Paul. But that is a better, more, dare I say, diverse picture. You could say diversity is our strength.
Oh, look at you.
Okay, I was just kidding about the stupid moment, but I promise that is coming, all right? Because they are there. Now, while I'll say that I mostly agree with Charlie's point, we do need to have some kind of ideological diversity in, any political party, frankly. It's important. It's healthy to have debate. I do wonder if sometimes there is a little bit too much in the GOP to the point where it's almost becoming a Democrat party light. If you want an example, look no further than some of our most famous characters who are involved with the Republican Party, MAGA movement, conservative movement, whatever you want to call it. Lady MAGA, Blair White. You ever heard of them? I think I've made my point, and I don't need to elaborate further. Now, back to Gavin Newsom. You guys are not going to believe what he says right here.
Last night, trying to put my son to bed. He's like, no, Dad, what time? What time's Charlie going to be here? What time? And I'm like, dude, you're in school tomorrow. He's 13. He's like, no. This morning, wakes up at 6 something. He's like, I'm coming. I'm like, he literally would not leave the house.
Did you let him take off school?
No, he did. Of course not. He's not here for a good reason. But the point is,
you canceled school for like 2 years. One day.
The point is the point, which is you are making a damn.
Well, you could call that at best a stupid moment. It says, I can't have my son not go to school after he shuts down stuff for 2 years. But it actually shows something far more sinister, I think. I think that laugh by Newsom was essentially saying, after Charlie's retort was saying, I don't care. I'm never going to face accountability for that. So, I'm just going to laugh at you damn peasants. I really do think he thinks that way, okay? And yeah, is it cool that he's engaging with dialogue, respectful dialogue with conservatives or whatever? Sure, yeah, I guess. That is cool, but let's be honest here. He is a very opportunistic person, and he's a smart politician and generally pretty charismatic. He's good at pulling the wool before people's eyes and tricking them. And I would not be surprised if he's doing the same thing here. Not tricking Charlie, of course, but more the masses. Now, check this out, guys. I'm going to show you one more key moment from his interview with Gavin Newsom and Charlie Kirk.
So like you right now should come out and be like, you know what? The young man who's about to win the state championship in the long jump in female sports, right. that shouldn't happen. You as the governor should step out say no.
No, and I appreciate
but like, would you do something like that? Would you say no men in female sports?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. So that's easy to call out, the unfairness of that. There's also a humility and a grace, that these poor people are more likely to commit suicide, have anxiety and depression. And the way that people talk down to vulnerable communities is an issue that I have a hard time with as well. So both things I can hold in my hand. How can we address this issue with the kind of decency that I think, is inherent in you, but not always expressed?
And that right there is an example of his little kind of two-faced behavior right there. Newsom says, of course, men should be playing women's sports, but also be compassionate, blah, 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 blah. He literally passed a state law that empowers teachers to hide their children's gender dysphoria from their parents, as well as preferred pronouns and all that other jazz. Okay? This guy is not on our side. Do not trust him. End rant. With all that being said, everybody, hope you guys enjoyed the clip. Really appreciate it. Comment below. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you again soon. God bless.